My battery had run out of power. So I was in the middle of talking about the different types of oaks here. Yeah, just after walking around that bend where I just was shooting before, come across an oracle oak, Quercus morehus. This is the hybrid between the interior live oak, and here's one right here, Quercus wislizeni frutescens. This is a hybrid between that and these deciduous ones here are the black oaks. Now, the fact that we have coast live oaks here as well, it's these guys right here. This is Quercus agrifolia variety oxyadenia. These are some smaller specimens of coast live oaks right here. And the fact that we have interior live oaks and black oaks means there could be a hodgepodge hybridization around here. So I might find gander oak, possibly find gander oak, and I don't know what the name is between interior live oak and coast live oak. They can hybridize as well. I believe I've seen unconfirmed specimens of interior and coast live oak hybridization over near Blue Jay Campground in the Santa Ana Mountains. Here's another oracle oak. See, interior live oaks are fully evergreen. Their leaves, the trees and shrubs have leaves throughout the year. The black oaks are deciduous. As you see here, they shed their leaves in fall and are leafless through winter. So what happens when an evergreen and a deciduous tree hybridize, often you'll have an intermediate trait. In other words, the plant will be maybe partially deciduous. This one right here is about 90% evergreen. So this one trends a little bit more towards its interior live oak parent. The interior live oak is the tree that bears the acorn for the oracle oak. So the pollen comes from the black oak, pollinates the interior live oak. So the paternal tree is the black oak, the maternal tree is the interior live oak. Because I see oracle oaks in the Santa Ana Mountains in Orange and Riverside counties, but you don't see black oaks there. I mean, I'm sure when the climate was wetter, I'm sure black oaks lived there. I'm pretty sure it would have been more than favorable for black oaks and stuff like that. But there are lots of interior live oaks in the Santa Anas. Santa Anas have lots of interior live oak. So that makes hybridization possible. And we're starting to see pines now. I'm trying to tell that to Jeffrey or Ponderosa. I can't really tell from here. That ain't a coulter pine. That's not the true form of a coulter pine. But ponderosas and Jeffrey pines are known from here at Palomar. And there's some peaks just above Fry Creek Campground where there's supposed to be a population of sugar pines. I've yet to see those because I haven't gone very far above Fry Creek Campground. I'm assuming it would necessitate some pretty rigorous cross-country hiking. Not being super familiar with the beyond the state park and stuff like that, probably would like to study up a little bit before trying to get to that. Here's another oracle oak, or it looks like an oracle oak. This one is about half deciduous. Some oracle oaks will stay almost completely evergreen. Some of them will lose about a third of their leaves. Some of them will lose about half of their leaves. Some of them will go nearly leafless. And here's a perennial favorite and a perennial shrub. Forgive the pun. You got birch leaf cercocarpus betuloides, variety betuloides. Another very common Southern California plant, which is typically a medium to large shrub, sometimes becomes a small tree, Looks like that's over towards Booker Hill. Went up there once. It's a very short hike from the Silvercrest picnic area. Yeah, we do have coulter pines. This guy up ahead is a coulter. This one, I'm not sure. I don't believe that's a coulter. And we got some more yellow pines. And when I say yellow pine, that's because it's either a ponderosa or a Jeffrey, and I haven't been able to get close enough to tell which is which. But if you go down there, lower Doane Valley in the French Valley area, you will find some pretty hefty ponderosas down there. There's some windswept ones up there as well. But, so until I can tell you whether it's a ponderosa or a Jeffrey, I'm going to call it a yellow pine for now. So I'm going to continue climbing up this dirt road. And I'll have to see where Palomar Divide comes. And I'm going to take a left at Palomar Divide, and that's the way I'll get to Morgan Hill and Gordon Point. So I'm going to conserve some battery power, and I'm going to continue hiking until I find something else, most likely botanical, worth pointing out. Though it is worth pointing out that this is one of my favorite places on earth, Palomar. This is the first time I've ever shot video here at Palomar. Been here, this is my 8th time since moving back from New Jersey. I was born out here in SoCal. Came up here once in 6th grade for 6th grade camp for 5 days. Then lived in Orange County, never came back. Moved to Jersey for 8 years. Came here again. And since moving back, this is the 8th time I've been here. Let's see. Twice in 2013. Once in 2014. Once in 2015. Once in 2016. Twice in last year, the beginning of the year. And once this year. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's see. It doesn't matter. I've been here several times. Never gets old. Never gets boring. Always has a special place in my heart. So I'm going to continue hiking up, enjoying the sounds of the Steller's jay, Cyanocida stellari, and the acorn woodpecker. There's a so if you hear that, that's an acorn woodpecker. Alright, I better go before I use up all my battery power. I'll see you up the way. There's still some fall color left. I thought the trees would be bare by now. So that's a nice little touch of fall left over. Alright, see you along the way.